Hello, Erin here. Welcome. We are going to dig into the Exploring Nature Scrapbooking Workshop, and I am using this layout here. So there's three double page layouts, and I'm going to put my own creative spin on this. So I like this layout, but it doesn't work for my photos. I have more photos. So I've taken the liberty to go ahead and cut the pieces required for this, and we are going to, like I said, put our own creative spin on it here. So I have all of the little bits here, and it's really nice because they label them for you. You've got project one labeled on the back of all of these pieces, so when you're popping all of these little bits out, you know exactly what goes with what if you're following along exactly. Like I said, I'm challenging myself to kind of use the pieces but make this work for my photos. So I am working on my Alaska album. I'm picking away at this album, and I'm so close to being done. Well, hello, David. Hi, mister. We were on the ferry, and we were going from Haines to Juneau on the ferry boat. And it was very, very cold and windy that day. You can see it's very overcast. This is my friend Bonnie hanging onto the railing because the wind was so intense that it's like, we're going to blow you off, which you'll see evidence of how windy it is here in just a moment. There's my husband reading a book inside, and then just a shot from the bow of the boat. Bonnie and I couldn't sit still. We were like running all over trying to like find good, photo opportunities and whatnot. Like I said, it was pretty windy, so there's my hair all in my face, and my friend, same thing. This is us in the table. Funny story about these oranges. I'll tell you more about that in the video. But this next photo is my favorite, and it is just hysterical. We were trying to get a nice shot with the scenery in the background, and that was the best one. So I am rolling with it because we were laughing so hard. So I really want this to be a focal photo on this layout because that was the fun memory we had of just this wind craziness. That's what I get for trying to look cute. Should have put my hair back in a ponytail, right? So I'm going to go ahead and, I'm going to take 5 to give Dave some attention here, and then we will get on with the scrapbook layout. Hi, Dave. Okay, Dave seems content for now. And in the scrapbooking workshop, you do have some bonus papers, which are these are 2 of them right here. So they're single-sided, because they're intended to just use this side and follow along with the workshop guide. So this is going to be our base layout, and I'm going to go ahead and just secure that with a magnet. And then I did cut these pieces. So if I were following along, this would be down the center. They do have them a bit shorter. I've got them full length for now because I might switch things up. And then these go across like this. You can see those actually come down from the top there, but basically you have all of your little 3x3 photos going across the bottom here, and no particular order. And then, well, I've got 5 of them. And then this would be journaling. So I've got all of the bits and pieces popped out. So this would go here. And then you have these elements that go under here. Now these are 3¼ wide. My photos are slightly smaller. So what I'm going to do to remedy that is mat them on some probably Secret C cardstock, and the mat will be 3¼ not 3¾ square, because you see how it sticks out like that. I don't like that, so we'll just mat these and that will fix that problem. So basically your title would go here, and then you would just embellish, and it is really cute. I do like this layout design, and especially when you bring in all of the little embellishments and whatnot. But I have more photos. So what I'm thinking is pushing this down towards the bottom here to give me more room. And then I have space for my photos. So I could put one over here and one over here. Now I could do, rather than running that piece from the top to the bottom, which isn't bad, I like it, but we could theoretically turn this piece and run it going across the layout horizontally like this, and then matting the photo on there. So that could potentially work. I do have my Secret C mats here for matting these. So they were printed with the white frame, so this is going to give them a double mat. And again, now they are the same width as the green pieces. So I will go ahead and put one under each of these. I have flipped this piece, so that's what it would look like with the two Secret C cardstock pieces running horizontally across the layout, and I do like it. I think it works. And here's what it looks like with the pieces running vertically as designed. And you know what? I think I like this. Again, either way would work, but I'm going to let this one develop, and I like the contrast of the both horizontal and vertical pieces. Just for funsies, I wanted to show you what we call a bookend option. And then, of course, you can bring the cardstock to the center like this. And that's a lot of, darkness in the center there. So this would be great if you had additional photos. You could put like a 3x4 there, but this leaves room for the journaling, or I mean the embellishments too. So lots of different ways you can configure these pieces. Since I have room, I decided to print one additional photo, and this is kind of blurry. It's not a great quality photo, but I really like it because it's nice to have the contrast. So we have the ship, kind of like, the whole ship on the water, and then mixed with close-up shots inside, Mike reading a book. I think it helps tell the story, gives you a better idea of the whole adventure there. And I think I'm going to put this one here. So we have the weight of the title here, and I want to build an embellishment cluster here. So I thought about, well, what if I put this over here? I don't have a whole lot of room for embellishments. I could do a little one here, but then, that leaves this spot here, and I think it might be kind of title embellishment heavy. So that's why I decided to put this one. And ideally, I would have liked a 3x4. I think it would have given me a little bit more room, but obviously I can't crop that into a 3x4 without cutting off the ship. So looking at the layout, you can see they've used the mountains, they've used some of the sticker ships, Enjoy the Ride, which that actually works really well. We were riding on the ferries, so I think I'll use that sticker. We've got Beautiful Day, and I did pull in, so there's the little mountains and then the scenic route. We were definitely on the scenic route. Here's the Beautiful Day. This was a sticker, so I kind of de-sticked it but with an anti-static powder tool and put some foam tape on the bottom of that so it can kind of layer. And then I left my paper long because I have more going on and I needed more room. If I had chopped off the top, I don't think it would have looked quite as balanced. So that's why I left mine the full 12 inches. And then I turned to my ocean themed stamps to see what else I could bring in that had maybe like a nautical feel. So here's what I came up with. I've got Sunrise Sailing, and I know it's not a sailboat, but I'm okay with it. So I might use this boat on here. And the stamp set, so I've got the dies, and I was thinking the clouds might be really cute because it was a very cloudy day, as you can see in the photos. So sailboat and clouds. The stamp set is in the last chance section, and it's deeply discounted, but I don't see the dies. So the dies, unfortunately, are no longer available. This is from my stash. I like this little compass. Now there is a compass sticker that they have added here. So, but I might want to save that one for a different layout. So I thought since I'm stamping things out, I could use that one. We maybe add some little birds. And then I grabbed Beauty of the Deep, another retired set, because the anchor, it doesn't get much more nautical than that. And then I have these. This is a Laura Daniels Made Me Do It moment. So these are actually from Amazon, and we do a lot of fishing and boat related stuff. So these are just fishing nets, and I thought that they might be a fun little layering element. And plus I liked the fish. I need to cut those apart. The fish look like my koi fish. So I have a koi pond, so I thought these would come in handy for that. So I thought this would be nice to have in my stash. So I'm going to create some embellishments. So now I have a whole tray of embellishments to create my little clusters. So there's the fishing nets, and then there's the anchor stamped in. I went with basic gray. I've got lots of white fluffy clouds, and then I stamped out my sailboat and left the sails white and did a little pecan pie and then stamped that compass rose. And again, there is a compass on the sticker sheet, so you could definitely use that. So now all of a sudden I have lots of things to embellish with. And then this might be a stretch. We'll try it. But I kind of thought the large gear from the Gears and Textures looked kind of like, I mean, yes, it looks like a gear, but I think if we use it strategically, it can kind of look like, the wheel to steer the ship. So we will see if we can make that happen. So I've got the most room over here, so I'm going to use my larger elements. Now I don't know if the mountains are going to quite work, so these almost need to be kind of far away, so I may be able to put them up there. You do see the mountain range in the background there, and they look very similar in color. but I don't want it down like with the ship. I don't get too hung up on scale, but I do, if things aren't the right scale, I want them separated. So I don't want, I mean, I guess you could have those be like way in the background, but maybe those will go up there. And then this is a larger element. It's not going to fit there. So we could put it here, and it does show up quite nicely on that secret seed background. So we'd want this kind of maybe hanging over onto the crumb cake textured cardstock there. And then we've got our scenic route. So this could be our anchor for our cluster. And then look at that, just like that. Sometimes it just comes together easily. I mean, but really it's applying those principles. Start with, your larger pieces and think about building them to where they're kind of overlapped and connected. And then if you look at, I am drawing inspiration from here, so you can see they have the mountain range by the scenic route, which does look really cool. But then again, what do I do with my boat? I mean, maybe I could kind of put it down there or something, overlapping some of the dead space in the photo. But I really liked the way that looks. So I think we're going to go with that. And then they have the little compass overlapping the portion down here of the scenic route. So we can bring that element in and nestle that kind of right in there. Obviously the clouds are going to go up in the sky, right? So we've got a bunch of clouds, so we'll put those towards the top. And then we have a little room here. So drawing inspiration, they do have this overlapping the photo on the bottom, so I could do that. So if we have an embellishment cluster here and one over here, I'd want to kind of draw maybe some focus to the middle. So both of these photos here, I could overlap the bottom and not cover anything, important. So I kind of like it better here because, he's reading a book here and I feel like it matches this photo better. It just seems like it was meant to be there. So let's go ahead and create an embellishment cluster over on this side, and we can just work these pieces in. So again, I know it looks like a gear. What do you guys think? Does this work for a ship's wheel? I think it does when you cut it in the brown like that and you just have a little bit peeking out. I think that that's pretty cute. It's always nice to get more from your supplies as well and use them in different ways. I might add a little bit of ink blending to these clouds because you can see it's very gray. These are nice white fluffy clouds, so we can add a little shadow, but let's just see if we even want to use these. So I've got two different sizes, and we'll just maybe place these in these areas here, maybe one there, kind of like a little cloud scene around the boat. And then maybe let's go over here. What if we do that? And then maybe have one here. And then over there, is that too much? Maybe we want to, no, I kind of like that there. Maybe tuck this guy down. I think it's fun. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use these, but that's okay. I have tons of hiking layouts and I can use them on the, hiking layouts. So I think we might be getting a little embellishment heavy. And I mean, that works, but I don't think it fits with the look I'm going for. So I think I will save those for another project. Now, here is what I'm seeing. So they have these stickers. They've used some of these border stickers. Now, there's only one sticker of each. I do have a second sticker sheet, but I know not everybody does. So I'm just trying to use this. But here's what I'm seeing. There's this green color on the bottom, and I don't have that anywhere up here. And I feel like we need to bring this green in somewhere towards the top. So we could easily do that by just putting a little tab, or we can maybe mat the photos with green. So none of these are the right color green. So it's more like, this lighter color here. And obviously leaves aren't going to work. So I think I'm going to maybe try the photo mat or just bring in a strip of cardstock. Maybe we could put that kind of going across the, up above this layer here where these two are connecting. So I'm not going to add these because they have, I think we don't need them. They have them kind of tucked down across the bottom, and I think that looks really good. But I think we have enough going on. We don't need the strips with this design. So I've got a couple strips of sea foam, and I could ink them up like that. I might do that, but let's just see how they look. I'm going to slide them under here just to bring a hint of that green towards the top. I didn't figure you wanted to watch me struggle with all of my embellishments, repositioning everything, so those are just kinda tacked down behind there, and I like it. I think it looks really good. I was thinking about maybe using the new Rolling Waves set, but again, we've got a lot going on, and I don't want this to get overly busy, so I think a nice little just simple strip of cardstock is perfect. I have some smoky slate ink and a blending brush. Let's scoot this out of the way so we can work on our glass surface here for our ink blending. I'm going to add a shadow to the bottom of the clouds. So not only does that make them look dimensional, there would naturally be a shadow on the bottom, and also it represents the cloudy sky in the photographs themselves. So the story about the bag of clementines, they were like little cuties. My friend Bonnie bought them thinking that they would be good. And every day we just carted them around. I don't know how they didn't get all smashed up in her backpack. And every morning her husband's like, "Are we done with these? Are we going to throw them away?" And everybody's like, "No, keep the oranges." This went on for days. So tons of snarky comments about the oranges. Like, good thing we have those. Well, this was their time to shine. We ate that whole bag on this ferry boat ride, and we were so thankful we had the oranges. So now it's become a travel joke on all of our trips, and we buy oranges when we can and laugh about the time we carted these around. So I am inspired by these strips. I know I said I wasn't going to bring them in, but I think it needs a little something down here. So what I'm going to do is cut at an angle following the angle of the mountains here. This piece will just extend onto the left-hand side, and let's go ahead and whoop, don't do that. Oh, that scared me. Those things will leave residue on your glossy photos. It could be really hard to get that off. So I want this just kind of lined up with the edge, and then we will continue it over onto the right-hand side. So I cut this from the sticker sheet, and let's see, we want this kind of halfway through this last photo, maybe right there. I just like to put things on an angle. I think it looks a little bit more intentional. It's a small detail, but it makes a big difference. I'm lining up my papers to make sure that everything is going, at the same height across the layout there. So let's go ahead and bring in the layout from the workshop. So that is as designed, and I love it. But again, I had more photos, so I think it worked out quite nicely. Let me hold this up so you can see the details. Our ridiculous photo there. It's just too funny. I put my journaling on Avery Clear sticker paper because I had too much to, add it in my handwriting. And I love the way it turned out. Everything I used is listed in the description box below that is available. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. And here are more outdoor adventure layouts if you're looking for more inspiration.